Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Smackdown review. Oh, baby, Wrestle Plug reviews Smackdown from the 20th of March 2020, or 21st if you're watching in the UK, of course, because we're up at crazy hours. Oh, man, yet another Performance Centre show. No fans whatsoever, no crowd interaction. Even AEW had wrestlers out there. There's been a lot of talk about that, and I'll probably mention that. I noticed that Vince Russo was kicking off, being a bit of a, well, his usual self on Twitter, talking about how irresponsible the running of any shows was, whether that be AEW or WWE. So fair play to him for finally being equal opportunity. That makes a fucking change, at least. Smackdown this week, we saw the debut of Rob Gronkowski. I say debut, obviously, back at WrestleMania 33, he interjected himself in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Let's get to it. This was rubbish. Sorry, it was. It was so bad. I should move this review over to Wrestle Plug Rants because it was tragic, mate. Oh, so come on. So, Mojo Rawley's in the ring with Michael Cole, screams at him about getting hyped again, and introduced Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski comes down to the ring in what can only loosely be described as dancing. I mean, Jesus, there are people on TikTok who are professionals if that's dancing. And he's just another dumb frat boy. And I get this. He's a big NFL jock. He's the former Titan of the New England Patriots. I know that he brings in a lot of admiration and a lot of casual fans. The NFL audience might be tuning in, or at least some of those casuals will want to tune in. But fucking hell. So he comes down to the ring. And him and Mojo Rawley are like, just literally a couple hey, what's up, dudes? Oh, okay, bro. Yeah, so good to see you, bro. Like, that kind of shit. Like the fucking PC guy off of fucking South Park. PCP, bro! Like, it's fucking so frat boy. Like, we got on Matt Riddle for being a frat boy, but at least he is a world-class wrestler. Fucking Rob Gronkowski just comes out and says, oh yeah, I'm a big mark. I've been watching wrestling my whole life. Just acting like a proper thick piece of shit, and I know that not to be the case, and they've said to him, go out there and hype it up and be as crazy as possible, and it was just fucking tedious, man. It was tragic. Then Baron Corbin comes out, which I've got a record of saying I think Baron Corbin is one of the most underappreciated heels of the modern era. He's so good at getting heat, and he's so good at what he does, and he's also incredibly safe in the ring. Baron Corbin comes out, safe pair of hands, gets in his face, starts giving it the business. Then Elias comes out, and that's wearing bloody thin as well. Like, oh, come on, man. Like, don't get me wrong, Elias is very charismatic, but it's the same shit every week. He's following Baron Corbin around. He starts playing this really tacky, childish, crappy guitar song, and everyone's just like, let's all laugh at the heel. So you've got Rob Gronkowski, Mojo Rawley, Michael Cole in the ring. They're all laughing at Baron Corbin. You've got Elias on the outside laughing at Baron Corbin. Then Mojo Rawley does the fucking I'll drop down on all fours behind him and you push him over my back shtick, which quite literally is frat boy 101. And I'm supposed to think this guy's a big star. It was a fucking car crash of a segment. It was tragic. I'm not one of these people who buys into the whole AEW versus NXT. You like what you like and you watch what you want. And I think that WWE and AEW both have excellent products when they put their best stuff out there. I thought Dynamite was incredible this week. And you look at the difference. Dynamite opens up with Cody Rhodes and this impassioned promo with his Elite Brothers. Smackdown opens with 6'7" or 8", whatever he is, Rob Gronkowski coming out looking like an utter fucking goober, just like yucking his way down to the fucking ring, doing his dumb shit dance, looking like the second coming of Eugene, and fucking hell. And people are like, yeah, but he's legitimate because he was a tight end. I don't give a shit. Don't get me wrong. I love American football, and he was an amazing American footballer, no question. One of probably the best tight ends of all time. But Jesus Christ, his music as well. Where'd you get that from? Dance EJ? Go fuck yourself. That was fucking tragic. That music. Oh, it's just feeble. Absolutely feeble. Embarrassing. I want to know what you guys think. I want you to leave in the comments below what you thought of Rob Gronkowski's debuts of sorts on this Smackdown, because I thought it was genuinely one of the worst things I've seen for quite a while, and WWE has a habit of every now and then laying a massive fucking turd in the middle of the ring, and this was absolutely that. Honestly, I have no idea where they got this shit from, but I was just grateful that after this we had Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak versus Cesaro Nakamura with Sami Zayn on commentary. Thank you for bringing some normality and some quality to this program. Great wrestling match, good fun, even though there wasn't anyone in the audience, not even wrestlers like AEW has done, because obviously WWE is going full blown with the non-essential personnel. It was so entertaining because Sami Zayn is screaming his tits off, and Gulak and Bryan, as we all know, I have been losing my shit over that combination. They're perfect. They are made for each other. They're both so good on the mic. They're so entertaining, and they're the two best technical wrestlers in the company. They're utterly amazing. They really are. I want tag team title runs. I want to see fucking singles title runs. I want to see Drew Gulak pushed to the moon and back, because he is literally one of the best wrestlers in WWE, period. And he's also one of the most entertaining. If you don't believe me, you need to check out his PowerPoint stuff, his 205 Live presidency campaign kind of things, the no-fly zone. He's brilliant. He's creative, he's unique, and he's gone out there and he's made something off his own back. And I love that. To be fair, I really do. I really appreciate a wrestler who's clearly gone out there and worked for himself. And if you saw the interactions between Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak, exchanging training techniques, and Drew Gulak trying to explain to him, the premise of the label lock and things, it's fucking hilariously good fun. And in a time when we're all feeling a bit shit and a bit miserable, I loved it. Really adored it. Really appreciated it. Yeah, great stuff. A lot of Smackdown other than that was, of course, just kind of filler. They replayed the entire Bray Wyatt John Cena match from WrestleMania 30. That's fine. It was a good match. I've got no problem with that. I understand what they're doing, because, all in all, it's going to be building towards this incredible clash of titans. But, that's just filler. The Miz and Morrison, though, need to be given a lot of credit on this review, because their fucking segment before they faced Tucker and Otis in that tag team match, the tag team match for Heavy Machinery, they did this incredible promo. Now, last time on SmackDown, they cut an amazing promo as well about there not being any fans, singing to themselves. Morrison opens up on the mic saying, "I spent this week learning how to whip and nay successfully." He's brilliantly fun. So is The Miz. They're so good together, and they bring legitimate entertainment. And there's a difference between Rob Gronkowski coming out and looking like a fucking goober twat, and then there's Miz and Morrison, who aren't too dissimilar in the way they present themselves, just far more entertaining. Far more entertaining. Their stuff where they parodied all of the tag team division was fucking amazing, especially Tucker and Otis, when he's like, they're dressed as bacon, and they're like, "I like bacon, cholesterol, bacon." It's so funny, just ripping on them for being a couple of bacon loving horses. I thought it was great. The New Day stuff where John Morris is dressed as a full blown unicorn, and the Miz is just like, it's great fun. Just going, do you know what? This is getting a bit boring. This is getting a bit old. Just running down their own gimmicks. Phenomenal. Dressed as the Usos over the other side. Saying, "You're welcome to the Uso Penitentiary." That's just, everything was gold. Absolute gold. The Miz and Morrison bringing the entertainment, bringing the fun. I really, really enjoyed that. And then, of course, they follow up this great match with Heavy Machinery, and we get more of the continuation of Otis and Mandy Rose. What a beautiful soul she is. And of course, Dolph Ziggler comes down. He's practicing social distancing, I'm assuming. And the match is actually quite good. And then he interrupts. We get Instagram posts of Dolph Ziggler and Mandy looking like a happy couple. And Otis just basically snaps and starts murdering people. He's lobbing chairs over the side. He's hitting Miz and Morrison with chairs. That body tackle where he smashed him through the barrier was sick. Very, very cool. And it's such a shame when you see stuff like that, because you think, oh man, I would love to have seen that in front of a big crowd. Otis just going crazy, smashing Miz and Morrison through the barriers. It's awesome. It's very cool. They're really doing a good job of this storyline. You've got to give WWE credit. Honestly, some of it has been garbage. especially on this Smackdown. Some of it was really bad, but this summed up WWE. Some of it was terrible, some of it was good, and I really enjoyed that as well. I think they're going in the right direction with Otis and Ziggler. It'd be interesting to see what they do with Mandy Rose and how it ends up, but I love it. It's really entertaining, really fun. On the flip side, from the women's aspect of things, before we talk about Reigns and Goldberg, the money, I thought the women's segment was actually fucking terrible. Bayley and Sasha come down, they're shit-eating heels. Then Paige Skypes in from LA because, Paige is on SmackDown this week. And it's like, oh, okay, she's just on Skype. Great. And they rinse her for a little bit, and then she announces that Bayley will basically face every single woman they have available on the SmackDown roster. Lacey Evans, Tamina. Where the fuck did I get her from? Jesus Christ. Naomi, Sasha Banks, and Dana Brooke. And you're sitting there and you're thinking, okay, I'm sure that match will be fine. Some great talents in that, and it's great to know that people like Dana Brooke and Lacey Evans will get title shots on a big platform like WrestleMania, even if it is going to be, a big platform in front of a very small room with nobody in it. But it's just smacks of fucking laziness. I get on AEW all the time about their shit women's booking, despite their women's wrestlers being very capable, and this is a fine example of that. What the fuck is this? Do better. Bayley's like, I'm so good as a heel. She's not good as a heel. She's terrible. She should be a face. Sasha Banks is great, but she seems to be, at the moment, Bayley's little side chick lackey, which is just dumb. I know they're probably building to her turning, but still, this is the best you've got for them. On the flip side of things, Raw has Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the NXT Championship, and Becky Lynch building up to this monstrous clash with an evil and determined Shayna Baszler. Both have great storylines. Both feel like very hard-hitting, high-caliber marquee events. And then on the flip side of things, even with the women's division, with the women's tag team division, Asuka and Kairi Sane, it looks like, will be defending their championships against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. And those two elements have been building up very nicely with their commentary work. And then we get to this, and it's Bayley versus the other 5 contenders. What the I can't remember the last time I saw Tamina wrestle legit, like a legit great singles match, or even a singles match full stop. I cannot remember for the life of me when that was. And that for me sums it up. I haven't got anything personal against Tamina, but come on, you're just chucking people in for the sake of it. Everybody's got to get their WrestleMania payday. Fucking hell. Awful. Just forcing people in for the sake of it, and for me it absolutely doesn't work. But it's one thing that everybody, of course, will be talking about, and that's Goldberg versus Roman Reigns at a contract signing. So they had their contract signing, and fuck's sake. They got rid of this pretty quick. They've announced some really good matches, by the way, for next week on SmackDown. Asuka versus Alexa Bliss, Usos versus New Day. Oh, you just can't get enough of that. And Drew Gulak versus, I believe, Shinsuke Nakamura. And if he wins, then Daniel Bryan gets a shot at Sami Zayn for the IC title at WrestleMania. So that's something at least. At least they're using those guys, and hopefully it's going to make the IC title a little bit more prestigious going forward. But yeah, let's talk about Roman Reigns and Goldberg for a minute. I've got on record, I hate this match. I hate the idea of it. I actually don't mind Roman Reigns. I'm not a huge hater of Roman Reigns. I don't think he's the main event star, but I think he's excellent. I think he has the potential to be, and I think if he's only, for me, 3 or 4 moves away, and I know me and Steve said this for years on this podcast, only 3 or 4 moves away from legitimately having a full set of moves, a really great arsenal for in-ring work. Like, the problem with Roman Reigns is that what he does do, they saturate you with. Like the Superman punch. I don't need to see 65 of those fucking things in a match, and the ridiculously over-the-top superhero-esque poses and things like that. I want him to be just a little bit more down to earth, because I know he's capable of it. And we saw a little bit of that in this promo. I thought there was some good stuff from Roman in this. I thought Goldberg was trash. I've got to be honest. Roman Reigns, they brought up the tweet when he laughed at and mocked Goldberg for headbutting the door and giving himself a concussion. And who wouldn't, in your right mind, take the piss out of him for that? I mean, this is the guy that Vince McMahon puts his Universal title on. Old Goober Goldberg here, who fucking headbutts a steel door. And then his response to that, you know, I mean, Roman Reigns says he's a little bulldog bitch, which I thought was, yeah, it's not too bad. Quite enjoyed that. You can see Goldberg's like, because he's just not really got any emotional range whatsoever. And by the way, people have the nerve to critique Shayna Baszler for not having charisma. Fucking Goldberg, mate, standing there like a gigantic egg with a goatee. Behave yourself. Ridiculous. Honestly, it's like he's devolving into Gilbert in front of our very eyes, or Gilbert has just, he is literally, like, Gilbert is literally an evolved Pokemon that has just, you know, evolved into Goldberg. That's how it looks. But he just says, "This headbutt's been breaking steel doors for years, punk." Thanks. That's literally it. That's all Goldberg had to offer. Oh, other than they both picked up chairs and then angrily stared at each other. And the final stare down, by the way, was phenomenal. I don't know what was going on, but you could hear the radio, and I don't know if that was from the cameraman. And it sounded to me, I might be wrong, but for my money and from what I could hear, that was the directions from the truck, talking about the takes and getting the camera shot and things like that, and they were going frantic on it and letting them know how much time they had before time cut, and they went back, obviously killed the broadcast and went to commercials. Iffy. Yeah, it just, I thought Roman Reigns was fine. I thought Goldberg was trash. I thought Michael Cole being like, "Gentlemen, please calm down." Shut up, Michael Cole. They'll fucking do Leviathans. You know, it's not for me. I think the match is going to blow. The fact it's going to be one of the main events sucks. The fact that they're just peddling this WrestleMania is too big for just one day. Really? Because it's been absolutely fine for 35 years. And now you want to fucking throw this shit out there. Fuck's sake. Just annoys the crap out of me, man. But Smackdown wasn't much to shout about. There was some fun stuff on it. It was absolutely fine as a show, and I found it relatively entertaining. This is a fine example of how, if it's just 2 hours, you can tolerate it a lot more. 2-hour shows just work better. And in this day and age, I still don't understand why Raw is 3 hours. It's like the same length as... Raw is longer than most of the NXT takeovers. That's a big problem to me. Absolute no-no. But from a entertainment perspective, I'd say it was probably a 6 out of 10. There was some good stuff on it, but fuck me, Gronkowski was terrible, and the stare down was just comical. It really was. It was too comedic for me to take seriously. Almost like there was a lot of sexual tension between Goldberg and Roman Reigns. And Goldberg had literally nothing decent to say, as per usual. And he wants to know why people are getting on him and giving him shit. The reason people are giving you shit, mate, is because ultimately there are 100 guys in that company who have literally worked and sweated their entire lives just for one opportunity to look like a star, or just one opportunity to be thought of in that main event level. And you come waltzing in, pick up a large paycheck, and beat the one person that people were invested in The Fiend. It's a big fuck you from Vince McMahon is what it is. So, you know, Roman Reigns will probably win at WrestleMania, whoopee, and then we'll be right back to square one with half the audience booing him and half the audience either fancying him or being completely lethargic towards the concept. And we repeat process. So, Smackdown, yeah, overall, 6 out of 10. Not bad, not great either. By the way, Gronkowski, that was like a -5. Like, fucking tragic. But I want to know what you guys think. That's why we have the comments down below. Leave some comments. Let us know what you thought of Smackdown. And most importantly, like and subscribe and hit the bell button so you can get notifications. We've got so much more content coming. We've got loads of Wrestle Plug rants lined up. We had Carl Wilkinson and Jeremy Miller joining us as guests, which was fucking awesome. Both of them sat down with me to rant and wax lyrical about some great wrestling topics, and we're going to be dropping those consistently on the YouTube channel to help you guys get through this bullshit coronavirus, get through this awful pandemic, and we will continue to provide as much entertainment as possible. So if you've got any friends who like wrestling, who like something a little bit harsher, a little bit more uncensored, uncut, and unedited, ooh yeah, see everything twice, yeah, if you've got any friends who, well, God forbid, like my terrible Macho Man impression, make sure you tag them, get them to come along and join a party, but get involved, have a little chat below, let us know what your favourite and worst thing from Smackdown was, and most importantly, try and look after yourself, stay healthy, wash your hands, shut your asses, and make sure you follow the Wrestle Plug for all of our delicious content.